I don't know. He doesn't look like, I was surprised. I was like, I like him, but he doesn't look like Ken. Ken looks like Tab Hunter. He's a 1950s star. But that's who it was kind of designed after, was Tab Hunter. Look up Tab Hunter and you'll go, that's Ken. Tab Hunter was like a 1950s matinee idol, teeny bopper matinee idol, and then everybody found out he was gay. It kind of ruined his career. Oops, it was the 50s. Lam bam ram yam ham om om. 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 Your turn. Lam bam ram yam ham om om. 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 Again. Lam bam ram yam ham om om. 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 One more time. Lam bam ram yam ham om om. 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 So the chakras can be opened up a lot of different ways, but what we don't really tell people is there's these knots in between the chakras called granthis. And there's a granthi in between Muladhara Saraswati chakra, and that's called Brahma Granthi. It's a knot in Sushruta Nadi. And the thing that breaks it is Mula Bandha, which we tell you to practice all the time in class. And then in between the heart and the Manipura chakra at the solar plex, there's Vishnu Granthi, a knot there that keeps the energy from going up from Manipura into the Anjane chakra, the heart chakra. And it's Uddiyana Bandha, or flight lock, lifting up at your belly and trying to pull your abdomen into your rib cage. That breaks that lock and knot. And then from the spot underneath your throat, the Vishuddha chakra, to the Anjane chakra, there is Rudra Granthi, and it's Jaradanda Bandha, or throat lock, that breaks and undoes that knot. So we're going to practice Kapalabhati, but at the end of our Kapalabhati on the exhale, we're going to engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jaradanda Bandha, creating Maha Bandha, and we're going to hold the exhale out, and you're going to feel how that energy is kind of forced up through the center of Sushruta Nadi. So sitting up tall, keep the eyes closed, inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale everything out. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level, and then start making exhales on my claps. The inhales are dominant. The inhales are passive, the exhales are dominant. And you're waking up that dormant energy at the base of the spine called Kundalini. You're also heating up the body. You're cleaning out the body. And then start to slow it down. And as you exhale that final breath out all the way, engage Mula Bandha, pull up at your abdomen, Uddiyana Bandha, bring your chin and your chest connected, creating Maha Bandha, the three bandhas. But then just lift your chin and sip a little bit of air in, and then bring the chin and the chest back together and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lift your chin, inhale deeply through the nose, and exhale through the nose. Good. Then inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. And then let's do that again. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level. Start with a second round of Kapalabhati. Exhales are dominant, inhales are passive, waking up the dormant energy, moving that energy up through Sushumna. Start to slow it down. Exhale everything out. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jaradanda Bandha. Lift the chin, sip a little air in at the top. Close the Jaradanda Bandha. Hold Maha Bandha. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Lift the chin, inhale deeply. And exhale everything out. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. Engage your Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. Come into your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale, open the eyes. Come onto the hands and knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under. Push the seat back onto the heels. Lift the knees up. Downward facing dog. So these ideas of Maha Bandha, the great Bandha, is what kind of sends pressure up through Sushumna and kind of hits these knots, and it kind of keeps breaking them down, breaking them down, breaking them down, so that energy can move more fluid. And it's a wonderful practice. And while you were there, you maybe felt like all of a sudden, like there was like your whole inner body was like a bottle rocket that was about to take off. It was just like the energy is just so intense when you do that. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, sliding forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Push the seat back under the heels, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften the knees, walk the feet toward the hands, fold over the legs, pressing the palms down. Head is heavy, modified Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then soften the knees. Slowly roll one vertebrae at a time all the way up to a standing position. And come to the front of the mat if you're behind the mat a little bit to Dasana Mountain Seat. Take a moment, set a higher intention. And then exhale, hands by the side to Dasana Mountain Seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer. Extend the arms, Urdhva. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, soften the knees, right foot steps back. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2, engaging the pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, lightly step your right foot forward into between your hands. Then exhale, left foot next to the right and fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Exhale, fold over the legs again, Uttanasana. Inhale, soften knees, step the left foot back. Exhale, right foot back, downward dog, lift the hips. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, all this activating Muladhara. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lightly step your left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana. Adding on to that. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, Urvahasana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, rise up, extend arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. One more time like that on your own. On your inhale, begin. Excellent. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, put the hands on the earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, bend the elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, come stand up, Tadasana. Let's do that again. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, put the hands on the floor, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the floor block, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog and stay. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Exhale, come stand up to Dasana, mountain seat. Good, everybody. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Then exhale, put your hands on the earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Now exhale, leave your left heel off the floor. High lunge. On your inhale, lift the torso up, bring your arms alongside your ears, high lunge. The exhale, bring your hands together in prayer at heart center and twist over to the right. Bring your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. Here again, push through the back of your left leg. So post anterior chains active. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, come back to center. You can put your hands on the floor, frame your right foot. Now look back at your left foot. Turn your left heel down, lining your heel to heel. On your inhale, come up, warrior 1. And then exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend your right leg. And then exhale, reach forward toward the windows, right hand on right shin. Left arm lifts up. Foot turned in just a little bit, Beth. That's out. There you go. Inhale. Exhale 1. Little inward rotation of the left thigh. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the right knee, warrior 2. Track the knee down the center of the foot. Inhale. Exhale, you should be able to see your right big toe inside your right knee. Inhale. Exhale 3. So sit a little lower and then move that there. Inhale. Can you see that? Exhale 5. Good. On your inhale, extend. Then exhale, rebend. Place your right hand down inside your right foot today. Exhale, lift your left arm straight up. Extended angle. Inhale. Exhale 1. So Dominga, go to the inside. There you go. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, place your left hand down. Now walk your hands over to the left, coming into a straddle forward fold to the left side of the room. Yeah, check your feet out. Make sure they're parallel to each other and not turning in or out. Lift your head and chest, look forward, and exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands back, fingers in line with your toes. Head can come to the ground or not. That's not what's important. What is important is that your hands are grounded and that your legs are extended. If your head's on the ground and you want to go for a tripod, go ahead. I don't mind. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good for you. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. If you're in a tripod, straddle back out. Put your feet on the ground. There you go. And then inhale, lift your head and chest. Now start to walk your hands back toward the windows, rotating on your right heel, pointing your right toes toward the windows. Come onto your left ball of the foot, lifting your left heel up. Then straighten your right leg, move your left foot forward halfway. Then inhale, lift your head and chest, pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. And then exhale, fold forward over your extended right leg, Parvottanasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest. Now exhale, bend your right knee, press your palms down. Your left heel will lift up a little bit. Inhale, lift your left foot off the floor, straighten your right leg, standing split. Then exhale, fold forward over your right leg. On your inhale, point your left toes and lift your left leg higher. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest up. Now exhale, bend your right knee, drop your left hip. Inhale, step your left foot back into a long lunge where it came from. Exhale, push through that heel, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Good for you. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Next, exhale, push through your right heel. Inhale, lift your torso up, arms alongside your ears in a lunge. Then exhale, bring your hands together in prayer and twist over to the left this time. Here again, right leg's extending, working. Exhale, 1. Post-interior chains active. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then just come back to center. Put your hands on the floor. Now look at your right heel. Turn your right heel down, lining heel to heel. Inhale, come up, warrior 1. Exhale, opening up, warrior 2. Inhale, extending. Exhale, reaching forward to the left hand on the left shin, right arm reaches for the ceiling. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the left knee, warrior 2. As you bend your left knee, you can see your left big toe inside the knee. So that's what's telling you that the knee's tracking down the center of the foot. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, extend the left leg 1 breath. Exhale, bend the left knee, left hand inside the left foot. Right arm's going to lift straight up. Extended angle B. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on your inhale, gently put your right hand down and walk both your hands over to the right. Rotating on your heels. Feet are going to be parallel. Yeah, then reach out, grab your big toes. In yogi toe lock. Inhale, lift your head and chest, look up. Then exhale, fold forward, bend your elbows out to the side walls. And as you do that, lift up through those sit bones. Ooh, yes. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest. Release your toes. Exhale, put your hands on the floor. Soften your left knee. Walk your hands back toward the windows. Frame your left foot. Your right heel will lift up. You'll be back in a lunge. Inhale, extend your left leg. Move your right foot forward. Parvottanasana. Lift the head and chest. Pull the left hip back. Then exhale, fold forward over the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale. Lift the head and chest up. Now exhale, bend your left knee, put more weight into your left foot and your hands. On your inhale, lift your right foot off the floor, extend your left leg. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Now inhale, point your right toes and lift your right leg even higher. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, soften your left knee, drop your right hip. Inhale, step your right foot back into a lunge where it came from. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up, side plank. Balancing here again, still dealing with that root chakra. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. And then exhale onto the left hand, outside of the left foot. Raise the right arm up. Side plank on the left. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat to the heels, and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Now, moving into the Swadhisthana chakra, forward folds and hip openers. On your inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Now, exhale, drop down to your left knee and bring your left knee way behind your left hip. Now, you have a choice. You can come onto the top of your left foot, or you can keep your left toes tucked under. I personally like to come onto the top of my left foot. Come and sit down on your left heel and bring your heel at your perineum. Yeah. So whichever is up for you. You can also sit on a block behind you. Your right leg's going to extend up and out, and your right toes are going to point up toward the ceiling. Yeah. Then you're going to lift your head and chest. Exhale, fold forward, walk your hands forward and hold on to that right foot like a runner's stretch. Yeah, so this is a variation of Janu Shirshasana with the heel in the perineum, or at where the Manipura, the Muladhara chakra is. This is a version of Janu Shirshasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale. Lift your head and chest. Walk your hands back. Bend your right knee. Put your right foot on the floor. Yeah. Lift your hips up to do that. Yeah. Walk your hands forward because you're going to come back into a lunge from here. So echo, lift your hips up, walk your hands back, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee up, coming into a lunge, then step your right foot back, downward dog. So just that easy. Same way you came into it. I'm not going to make it any harder. On the inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands, drop down to your right knee. Move your right knee back. You can keep your toes tucked under or come onto the top of your right foot. I don't care. But come sit down with your right heel at your pelvic floor. Yeah. If not, you can sit on a block. Okay. But you want to stimulate that root chakra. Then with your left leg extended out, pull your left toes back, lift your head and chest, and exhale, fold forward. Hold onto your left foot this time. So variation of Janu Shirshasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. And inhale, lift your head and chest up. Start to lift your hips up, bend your left knee, walk your hands forward, lift your right knee up, extend your right leg, coming back into a lunge, and then exhale, step back, downward dog. Just that easy. Oh my God. and here again, like it's all hip openers and forward folds. So think about what you're actually doing here. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Now step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Now come down into a yogi squat. Now, a lot of times what we will do is we will teach yogi squat as a warm up. However, malasana is something we don't teach a lot. I love malasana though. So in malasana, instead of you lifting your shoulders up, right? So that you're kind of like here, kind of opening up the hips. Malasana, you actually start to reach your arms forward and try to drop into your pelvis, coming into a forward fold. Now see if you can walk your hands out to the side, and with your arms, kind of pull your rib cage through your thighs and drop your hips a little bit more. Yeah. Now start to see if you can just heel toe your feet a little closer together. Then start to bend your elbows and reach back toward the wall behind you. Yeah. See if you can bring your fingers together behind your sacrum. Oh, yeah. Here we go. There you go, Beth. It's so close. You're right here to roll your hands, and you're going to go right here. You're going to just keep walking in a little bit more. You're almost there. I'm going to give you my towel. All right. And so malasana is a little sea creature, right? Like a clam, but it's kind of a cool hip opener. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Just release your bind. Put your hands on the floor. Now sit down. And then open your knees out to the side and bring your feet together. Then pull your heels a little closer to your pubic bone. And then peel your feet open like you're reading a book. And then exhale, fold forward into your Baddha Konasana, your cobbler. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Good. Now inhale. Lift your head and chest up. Now your feet are together. Okay. And I want you to tap into your toes. Flare your toes out to the side. Right? And that, you feel those little muscles you have to do that. And that, for some people, that's hard. Now, keep your toes flaring out to the side. Put your hands in front of you. Lift your butt. Walk yourself forward until you come on your little pads of your toes with your knees out to the side. So come forward, lift your behind. As you lift up, you're going to lift up a little bit and come onto your little toes like this. And your feet are together. Okay, so we're doing this. And then you're going to bring your hands together, kind of like that whole Molasana thing, but you're on your tippy toes. Yes. Oh, there you go. And your heels may be touching your Muladhara chakra. Maybe. I don't know. And breathe for 3 breaths or 4 breaths or 5 breaths. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now from here, I put a blanket in front of me. I'm going to put my hands on the floor, and I'm going to bring my knees and my belly onto the floor. So I'm laying down with my knees out to the side and my feet together in a prayer, and I'm going to try to lengthen the pubic bone
toward the floor so my hips aren't up in the air. And it's another form of a hip opener. Ah. And breathe. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Isn't that fun? Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Now reverse the action. Walk your hands back. Start to lift your chest up. Get your big toe on the ground first, then lift your hips up, lift your knees up, and come back onto your little pads of your feet in that little kneeling position with your knees out to the side and your heels at your pelvis. Yeah. And just bring your hands together in prayer and balance for a second, like Devi herself. Then put your hands on the ground. Come sit down. And lift your knees up, extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet, lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward, Paschimottanasana. I love forward folding. People all the time say to me, I don't like teaching forward fold because it's so boring. I'm like, you don't know how to teach it then. Because there's some exciting things you can do in forward folds and hip openers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Inhale, lift the head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips. Tabletop or inclined plank, whichever you choose, but we'll add breath of fire here. So breath of fire is different from Kapalabhati, where you just make short inhales and the exhales are dominant. This is even breath. It's like a billow or a kind of action happening. So hands behind you, bend the knees or point the toes. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, let the head go back. Come into breath of fire. You really feel this at your abdomen. And then slow down that breath of fire, exhaling everything out and come down. And then bend your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot on the outside of your left thigh. So step your foot over your left leg. Then bend your left knee. Bring your left heel to outside of your right hip. And you don't want to sit on that heel. It's a little out from underneath you. Lift your left arm up alongside your left ear. And then exhale, twist over to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Adva Matsyendrasana, moving up into the Manipura chakra. The seat of the ego, the seat of power, the seat of digestion. That's why I like that billows breath right before this, because it really puts some emphasis in there in the abdomen too. 2, inhale. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5, let's stay for 8. Inhale. Exhale, 6, inhale. Exhale, 7, inhale. Exhale, 8. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, counter twist. Let's stay for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Then inhale, come back to center and move your left shin forward and stack your right shin on top of the left. Now we're going to come into a fire log, but we're going to do this also with a twist. So it's going to be hippies twist. Flex your feet, lift your head and chest. You can always extend the bottom leg if you need to. And then exhale, fold forward. Fire log seat. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now inhale, lift your head and chest only halfway, just halfway. Walk both your hands over to the right. So you're twisting. Now you can bend your left elbow and put your left forearm on the ground. I have short arms that's super hard, so I just put my left hand on the ground. But my left elbow wants to be on the outside of my right thigh. Then on the inhale, lift your right arm up and point your right fingertips toward the wall where the clock is. Now, you can stay here in this twist with your arm extended, or if you want to, you can bring your right arm behind you, hooking your right fingers into the hip crease of your left hip. But once you've come into your half bind, or if you're keeping your arm lifted, push into your left hand and lift your right shoulder over to the left, really getting into a deeper twist. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. If you're in the half bind, inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, place your right hand down. Inhale, walk back toward the windows. Exhale, fold 1 breath. Inhale, lift your head and chest, lift your knees up, and extend both your legs straight out in front of you. Good for you. On your inhale, bend your left knee into your chest. Place your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Then bend your right knee. Bring your right heel next to your left hip. Yeah. Then, once you've come into your seated twist, lift your left right arm up and exhale, twist over to the left. And we're going to stay here for 8 breaths. So moving into this seat of ego and power, a lot of times we don't. I always remind people that we always are in yoga talking about overly inflated egos, but people who have real don't have a lot of self-value. This is also a stopped up chakra. People who have self-doubt are really negative about themselves. This is also the same block chakra. Then the megalomaniac, right? It's not only megalomaniacs. On your inhale, come back to center and twist over to the other side. It really is trying to twist out any negativity within the ego. Overly inflated or underinflated. Inhale, come back to center and set up for ankle to knee on the left side. You can extend the right leg if you did so on the other side. Then once you set up for the ankle to knee, lift the head and chest, exhale, fold forward. Walk your arms out in front of you. Good. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest halfway. Walk both your hands over to the left. Then with your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh, you can put your forearm down or you can put your hand down. Doesn't matter. Then once the right hand is grounded or the right forearm is grounded, lift your left arm up and twist. If you did so on the other side, bring your left arm behind you. And then if you're in the half bind, just take that moment, push into your right hand and move your left shoulder over to the right, getting a little deeper into the twist. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, place your left hand down. Inhale, walk back to center. Exhale, fold, decompressing. Inhale, lift the head and chest up, lift your knees up, and exhale, extend your legs out in front of you. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor, make sure your feet are hips width distance apart. Then reach your arms forward like you're trying to hug somebody. Look happy and slowly come lay down on your back. Ah. Now lift your hips up, clasp your hands together in a fist, or hold onto your yoga mat, half bridge, moving into the heart chakra. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, gently release your hands and come down, the middle back, the lower back, and the hips. Extend your legs out in front of you like you're in Shavasana, corpse seat. Bring your left arm alongside your left ear. Roll over to the left, lay down on your back, belly, facing the back wall. Bend your elbows, place your hands next to your chest, your thumbs in line with the breast. Squeeze the legs together, make one tail on your inhale. Lift your head and chest. Lift your hands off the floor. Good. Now you can reach your arms back toward the windows. Then lift your legs up. Shalabhasana. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, gently come down and relax. So moving up into the heart chakra, seated compassion, unconditional love. And that's the beginning of a spiritual awakening. When you can tap into that energy. Now, we're going to do Shalabhasana again, but you're going to transition from Shalabhasana to Dhanurasana. Bring your forehead to the earth, reach your arms back, lift everything up, then bend your knees. And as you bend your knees, you're going to grab your ankles. And then on your inhale, lift up, kicking your feet into your hands. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, release your feet. Go back Shalabhasana. Yeah. And then come down. So do that one again. Squeeze the legs together on your inhale. Come up Shalabhasana. Then from Shalabhasana, bend the knees, reach back, grab your ankles. Then on your inhale, lift up, kicking your feet into your hands. Dhanurasana. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, release your feet, go back Shalabhasana. Squeeze your legs together, keep it lifted. Ah. And then come down. Bring your hands next to the chest, elbows close to the rib. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale through bent elbows, come all the way down. Roll over onto the back again. Here, you can stay in half bridge, or if you would like to experience upward bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling. On the inhale, come up with a heart filled with love and compassion. Exhale, 1, good for you. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bring the chin in the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. So the next 2, we're going to do them close together. You can either come down on your head after 5 and come back up, or you can just stay up for 10 breaths, your choice. Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling. On the inhale, come back up and think about where you're opening up, right in the center of your chest, in the Anjane chakra, Anahata chakra. Exhale 5, inhale. Exhale 6, inhale. Exhale 7, inhale. Exhale 8, inhale. Exhale 9, inhale. Exhale, bring the chin in the chest and come down. Good. Bring your knees into your chest. You can let the knees go out a little wider than usual. Make little circles on the sacrum. Then a little twist just to decompress and neutralize the spine. Let the knees go over to the left. Extend the right arm out, looking over to the right. Bring the knees back into center and then swap sides. Then come back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. Bring the forehead toward the knees. Rock up to a seated position. And let's set up for shoulder stand with a blanket or legs up the wall. Your choice. If you're not coming into shoulder stand. But let's use a blanket for the next 2 inversions. We're going to use a little propping. So take a blanket, fold it in half, so that you fold your mat over the blanket and then lay down with your shoulders on the mat, your head on the floor. Place the hands next to the hips. Press into the hands, lift the legs overhead. Clasp the hands together in a fist. Then put the hands on the back and then lift the legs up into the air. Coming into shoulder stand, our legs up the wall. Now here, energetically, it's a lot of times if, I don't ever say to somebody, oh, if I give you an option, I'm like, oh, you should come into shoulder stand instead of legs up the wall. Legs up the wall, while it does kind of it reverses the flow of the energy from the legs into the torso and kind of floods the internal organs with blood from the legs. It doesn't actually do the same as shoulder stand as far as the chakra goes. The reason why is that when you're in shoulder stand, how many people's chin and chest are kind of naturally touching here? And because in shoulder stand, there's a natural jara danda bandha that happens. And you're with all of that pressure that's in your throat from the balancing on the shoulders and the back of the head, you're pushing into Rudra Grunti. You're pushing into that knot that's in between Vishuddha chakra and Anjane chakra naturally. I've heard some yoga teachers say things like, move your chin away from your chest and shoulder stand. Actually, they're misguiding that information if you want to work on that grunty. So the chin and the chest are connected. In Viparina Karani, if you have your hands on your lower hips, even if you're like in a shoulder stand, quote unquote, position in the middle of the room, but your hands are too low and you have that kind of K or crescent shape in the body, you have no jara danda bandha. There's no throat lock that's kind of happening naturally. So that's different too. That's still kind of legs up the wall. It's just you're not using a wall anymore. You're just using your hands to create a situation where the hips are at an angle to the heart, but not over the heart. And there's definitely no pressure in the throat chakra and into the granthi between the throat chakra and the third eye. Rudra granthi, which is a name for Shiva. And it's said that he's the hardest knot to unlock. Flex the feet, let the toes come overhead, let the toes touch the floor behind the head if you're in shoulder stand. Extend the arms away from you. And here again, even this little, like what we're doing naturally, notice that like that Jada Danda Bandha came tighter. Then if you bend your knees and you bring your knees alongside your ears in Karnapidasana, all of a sudden you really feel Jada Danda Bandha. It just keeps pushing that energy upward through the grunties. Maybe we'll do a whole grunty exploration. Then put your hands on the floor, slowly come down, extend your legs out in front of you. Good. And then lift your torso up, and then unfold your mat, lay down on your back. Now, energetically, fish is the unknotting of that granthi, and all of a sudden that energy from your throat is able just to flood into your sinus cavity and up toward the third eye. That's what that's doing. You know, because we hear a lot of times we'll talk about it as a decompression of the cervical spine. That's true. You're kind of doing the opposite that you did, but when we talk about subtle body and subtle body energy, what you're doing now is you're shooting that energy all up into the sinus cavity so it can get up into the third eye and into the crown of the head. Then pressing the elbows, bring the chin and the chest, come down, bend your knees into your chest, and wrap your arms around your shins, roll over to the left, come into a child's seat. Just for a second, just come into child's seat and just let your forehead be stimulated on the floor. And then everybody, so lift up and look up at me. So take a blanket, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hands into a fist underneath the blanket. Okay? Then I'm going to put my head behind my wrist crease on the blanket. Okay? You can use the wall. I don't mind if you use the wall. But this is just going to give you a little softness on the crown of your head. If you ever if anybody's ever complained about weight in their head and how this headstand makes their head hurt, this is how to use the prop. You're going to bring the arms underneath the blanket, interlace the hands together in a fist. Elbows are going to be the same. You're going to put the head behind your wrist crease with the blanket in between the floor and your head. Then you're going to lift your knees up. And you're going to walk your feet forward. So, Kate, I think your blanket's too much. Let's unfold it one more time. Yeah. There you go. That's perfect. Then walk your feet forward a little more. It kind of makes a natural little sling for your head. And then lift your feet up, extend your legs. And it should, with that little bit of softness between the floor and your head, actually helps the stimulation of the Sahasrara chakra, right? Because what you don't want is like painful pressure in that chakra. You want there to be kind of a floating energy happening in the crown of the head. So that blanket allows you to feel that little bit of space and air between the earth and the top of that chakra. About another minute. Slowly. Let's do your last 10 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. I'm going to give Kate that time. Exhale 2. She came back up a second time. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale, gently come down now. And rest in child's seat. Breathe. Then gently lift the torso up and let's come lay down in Shavasana, corpse seat. So in corpse seat, take a moment, rest. Relax at the pelvic floor. Relax. Ujjayi pranayama. Let the body become heavy. And just allow yourself to kind of scan your body, like you're viewing your body from above, like an outer body experience. And I want you to see at the bottom of your spine, at your sacrum, a red dot. And it's a dull red dot. But I want you to see also or feel that energy that's running through the Shuddhanadi, the central channel of your body. And like electricity, when you plug in a Christmas tree, string of Christmas tree lights, it lights up. So just kind of plug into that energetic and just watch that dull red dot turn into a bright, like Christmas tree light. And then draw a line up your spine to the Swadhisthana chakra, about 2 fingers below your belly button. And I want you to see kind of a dull orange dot, but allow the electricity from the Muladhara chakra to move up to the Swadhisthana chakra and watch that dull orange dot light up into a bright orange Christmas tree bulb. And then allow the energy cord to be drawn from that place 2 fingers below your belly button up to your solar plex, right underneath that arch of your rib cage, where you're kind of twisting from underneath the base of the ribs, kind of right across if you were to wrap a ribbon around you. See this dull yellow light, and let that energy from the base where you're plugged in to light that dull yellow light up like a bright yellow Christmas tree bulb. And then allow the cord to go up to the center of your chest on your spine and see kind of a dull green dot, the Anahata chakra, and allow that energy from the base of the spine to shoot up to there, allow that electricity, and it just lights that dull green dot up like a green Christmas tree bulb. And then allow your consciousness to kind of trace up to your spine to the base of your throat. And there you see a kind of a dull, like light blue, but it doesn't have any luster at this moment. But allow the energy, the electricity, the Shakti to move up into that dot, and it just lights up, and it's like a bright blue Christmas tree bulb. And then allow your consciousness to move up the spine to the space in line with the middle of your eyebrows, but really this is in your brain near the pineal gland. And there you see a dull indigo blue circle, and allow the Shakti, the power, the energy to move up to that, up the cord. And as soon as it hits that indigo blue turns into an electrical indigo blue, like a light on a Christmas tree bulb. And then allow the electrical cord to go up to the top of your head. And there, all of those colors, those rainbow colors, those fractional colors come together. And from the top of your head, out of the Swadhisthana, the Sahasrara chakra, is pouring this pure white light, like a flashlight. So you are actually conducting electrical energy in a way that light is emanating from you. You're a light being. And just keep kind of looking at those electrical hot spots inside of you in the astral body, and that energy coming out of the top of the head. Now, some teachings say that in things like meditation and any kind of yoga sadhana, that because this energy coming out of the top of the head, out of the Sahasrara chakra, is so intense, you should always cover your head. So that's where you get images of people with shawls over their head when they're practicing meditation or yoga. And the other system says is that, you should be a beacon of light for the rest of the world, not kind of put a cap on it and keep it to yourself. Both are interesting approaches to take to that light that you have, to kind of hold it into yourself and not let anybody else have it. Seems kind of selfish, or to actually allow it to emanate and kind of light up the world around you. And that's a little bit more of from the point of view that I like to teach from, that you have the capability of shining light into some of the darkest times and regions and places. And yoga allows us to allow ourselves to emanate that light. And that internal light source that is self-illuminating is called Swayambhakash in Sanskrit. And that means self-illuminating, enlightened. Gently deepen the breath. By means of the breath, make small movements with the fingers and toes. Stretch the arms overhead and stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Bend the knees into the chest. Give the knees a hug. And roll over to the right side. And lift the torso up. Then come up to a seated position. Take a deep breath in and exhale everything out. Inhale. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly to meet the hands, giving thanks and praise for the teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachings that are yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. What are you guys doing? Running a marathon. I guess they do. I don't drink that. I don't drink that much anymore. I probably have one fountain soda a year now. Not that I mean, not that I don't like. I just don't ever frequent those places that sell it anymore. I still drink seltzer. I do drink. I drink a lot of seltzer. I like seltzer. But right now, I'm drinking all of my. I'm drinking. I'm making a lot of herbal teas from the garden because all the stuff is blooming and all the herbs are blooming. So I'm like making a lot of herbal tea, marigold tea. Mm-mm. You gotta cut back the flowers. Don't let it flower. Yeah, no, marigolds are edible. Marigolds. No, marigolds you can use them as dye, and they're actually supposed to be anti-inflammatory and medicinal. Like I have a recipe for like marigold rolls, like yeast rolls, and you like put the marigolds on inside, and then you take the petals out, so they're like just the little flower petals, and then you put that on the inside with garlic and butter, and then you cook them, and they're like good. It's kind of like saffron. It makes them yellow. Margarine and other oils. Yeah. Um, I don't use regular butter anymore. I haven't used regular butter in many years, but there's some of those brands of vegan butter that are better than others, and the ones that I like are really hard to find. I like there was one that they made. Yeah, tea. Yeah, 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 yeah. I use it in Chinese medicine a lot. But I forget which butter I like, and it makes good cake. Hers is okay. It's not bad. Hers is expensive though. Maybe it's the earth balance. It's good, and you used to could get it in sticks, and now you can't get it in sticks. Yeah, like I used to get it in the sticks, and the only time, and yeah, and it's hard to get in sticks, and their sticks are a little shorter. That's the one I like. That one does a better, like I think cooking. Right now, I'm using like there's a country crock or something like that. Like it's an avocado olive oil blend. It's just well, it's fine. It just is that as soon as it gets any kind of heat on it, it just melts. It's got a very low melt temperature. So like sometimes like when I'm cooking, like especially like with cake icing and things, you got to kind of mess around. Well, sometimes you just need something that's not going to like melt.